Hello everybody and welcome back to 2205. Our city is looking quite fine, I'd say. We still want to, well, get a higher potential of more investors though, so we do need more goods. At the moment we can upgrade quite a lot of those guys here, so I think we should be just doing that. In that case then we have a proper understanding of how many we actually need in total of goods that we want to get, right? So in that case here, this district here is fine if we have more skyscrapers here. And the other thing that is to the upgrade then is those operator executives getting then the investors. I think though we do need to, well, pay them some, super alloys, and that's something we don't have. Now I want to focus on two high quality, high tech production chains in this episode, and they're really complex, so let's get to it. The replicators and the androids, especially the androids, that really expensive production chains, and let's have a look at them. So we have the androids here, that's the synth cells and the synaptic circuits that we need for that. The synaptic circuits don't need bioresin and silicon. The synth cells we already produced, but well, for the replicators, so we can't use them, so we need to get a new production up and running for that. And the replicators, well, they do need the microchips and the multi-spec prisms. They, however, do need the rare earth elements and diamonds, and as you can see, it's going down then to the lowest, which would be diamonds. And well, the other thing, there are microchips also for the silicon, so we do need, well, a whole new island for that. Let's get to space. Money wise, we do have a bit of money, but it's not much, so I'm a bit worried here because it's capping just way too low, I think. Because when we go for one of these new islands here, just look how much it costs. 3.3 million. This one here costs us, oh, actually the same. The Arctic costs us 4 million, another sector that we want here. So it's really expensive. We can only really afford one of these sectors here, so we need to choose carefully for a new sector that we need for the production chains. Now we have the Cape Ambar here, one of my favorites that we have. This one has a bonus on the fine food production, so we could have the fine food here and our high-tech productions if we want to. Here we have the trade winds, and I think it's not this one here. Madrigal Island has something here, energy. Oh, that's a very bad one. The energy maintenance of all mining facilities by plus 50%. But we get plus 30% of the wine production. Now, wine is something, when we go back to Viridian Cove here, as we can see, is taking up quite some space. So it also might be nice to have that somewhere else, I think. So in that regard, let's actually take the Walbruck Basin, because it's actually one of the DLC maps. It has a huge stamp project on it that we might finish, I don't know yet. And it's a really cool island with lots of building space. I don't like the scattered islands, you know, that's not very good when you want to have many production chains up and running. So the Walbruck Basin might be the best one here. And I just love that view over the island there.
We'll add an impressive skyline to the picture.
And just look at that beautiful map here.
I was informed a Big Five company has been monitoring the ruined dam for quite some time now. I wonder if one could bring it into operation again. This would make this sector all the more valuable for your corporation.
I sure hope so. Lots of building space, that's what's promising, and as we can see, a huge, massive dam project here in the middle. The dam is here, but we are not using it at the moment. We could use it then for some additional energy if we want to. Other than that, we don't have any real penalty in this map here, so the other islands, some or less, have some penalties here and there, and I just don't want that. So we're going with this one, and what we can also see, what's very important, is lots of mining sites. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's incredible. We have so many mountain sites here. That's exactly what we need. Let's claim the area.
Make sure everything that happens on your new island conforms to regulations.
Coming up, and let's go about and upgrade our spaceport there right away, so we can go with the super alloys, no problem here. Let's just get all the rest here as well. Start the spaceport upgrade, and while the spaceport is being upgraded, well, we should implement once again our new trading route. So we have the super alloys, which we no longer need in Wildwater Bay, not at the moment anyway, and the titanium is something that we also don't need anymore, right? So those have been temporary trade routes that we had. Now there we have the enhancers, the rejuvenators, everything else should be fine. Let's create a new transfer route with the biopolymers, and yeah, let's go from Viridian Coves here to Walbruck Basin. We do the same thing with our robots. Oh, actually, we don't have the robots here at the moment. Let's have a look where we have them. There they are, being transported to the moon. We no longer need that, and let's create a new transfer route now with Viridian Coves to Walbruck Basin. So 66 of that, and I also want to have some super alloys, just in case, and we get them from the Arctic. Right, so actually we get lots of trade transfer routes now going into our Walbruck Basin here, and I really don't want to spend too much production on, or well, want to spend too much workforce on my city there that we have. So in that case here we also need to get, well, some basic amenities. The first one would be the water. So in that case water is really cheap to produce. Let's get 30 for now.
Your shipments.
Right, and then we have the rice, which we can get from Viridian Coves. Not so much though. I think that's enough. And then a bit of the normal food that we have, where we have plenty of still in Wildwater Bay. So let's get a bit of food there to Walbruck Basin as well. So there we got lots of production chains. The newer implants will be the only thing that comes to mind right now, but that's fine. So let's start with the whole new city. First of all, we do need a city again. So there's no workforce transfer. So we really need a workforce for every sector. The thing with this one here, I really don't want to go with farming in this case here. So we don't have that much land mass actually. As we can see, it's rather scattered. The huge advantage here is that we have plenty of mountainsides. I mean, even though a city would look amazing here, just imagine some skyscrapers there in the middle with those massive waterfalls. Who knows? Who knows? Now, the first thing, let's connect the mountainsides once again. There is one. Oh, there we have a bridge. Very important, we need that bridge, because I think over there we have even more mountainsides. Quite a lot of them popping up. And the other one would be over here. There we have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about the same, right? And here we have 1, 2. Oh no, only 3. Then we go with the other one, which we can't. Nope. We cannot get over here, it seems. We need our own warehouse here. There's an own warehouse site, so there's no bridge going over there. So we need a warehouse for this one then. That's fine. Plenty of mountainsides for now. So we can actually, yeah, connect the bridge here. And what we can see is, yeah, very nice building resources are piling up. So we can start with a beautiful city there right away. And let's make that here in the middle. Let's make it happen. So an information center and the security department in the middle. What we need here though is energy. That is something we might actually transfer here then as well. We can upgrade now. Very good. So the next step has been finished. And for energy transmission, we do need the fusion power cells. In that regard, let's have a look at that. That's from the moon. There we have them. We still have 9 available in Mare Relictum, so let's get it over there. And with that, we can now start the upgrading process on the orbital station. However, since it doesn't need that much workforce, let's just have one here. Right, for a bit of additional energy that we can already spend now, but we definitely will need the fusion energy from the moon. Now we have that here, and yeah, we can start with the city right away.
Nice apartments.
So once again, we do get a few of these big ones here. The same with this one. And yeah, this is a nice little town, or going to be a nice little town. Really, the only purpose though is the workforce. So we're not going to make this as pretty as possible. And this is one of the critiques that you might have about this game, that you need to start these smaller cities so many times. So there's no way to transfer because I have so much workforce in Viridian Coves, it's insane. And yet I have to build new cities all the time. And then we just need a bridge, a street connection for everything here. And a little bit later our city is standing. Now the next thing that we want to do right away is, well, upgrading those guys here. So we can upgrade quite a lot here in the center once again. Makes us getting this little dynamic looking city again with some skyscrapers on, well, higher or taller buildings that is in the center. And as we go more to the outside, we get those smaller little cozy residences that we have there. Nice one. This already offers us, yeah, 3,500 workforce. That's all we need really. And in that case here, our spaceport can now be upgraded as well for another energy transmitter that we need here as well. Let's get back to space, stop the fusion trade route, and Do we have some surplus energy? Yeah, another 1,200. Let's get that over there to Walbruck Basin there as well. So the moon is now supplying 4 sectors with energy, and then with just 2 fusion reactors. But of course, we'll need to, well, increase that soon. Now, let's have a look. More biopolymers are ready. So is the rest. Because it is time for some production. Let's have those guys here as well. Right, so we have lots of them. That's fine. Water, as long as water is positive, I'm totally fine here having that. And the workforce is now to 4,000. I don't think we need much more. And at the same time, we are also now building the bridge here already, only at 50 seconds left, because we do need those mountain sides here and some, well, production as well. Space. I think though what we're going to do is we are not going to craft or create the androids here right away. We're doing that probably in Viridian Coves because it just needs a lot of people working there. We're going to have the raw materials here first. And with that, we already have quite a lot of production chains that we need to create. Now, the first one is for our replicators. That is the microchips and the multi-spec prism. Now, for that, we do need the rare earth elements, the diamonds. So we do already need some diamonds. And microchips, which needs silicon. So that's already quite a lot of these mountainsides. And the androids, they do need the synaptic, which again needs silicon. So we do need 2-to-1 silicon, and then the, whoops, where's my command chip? Over here. And the diamonds, that is. Now let's get over here, because here we have like 3 beautiful mining sites as well. Let's claim this area here. Easy. Actually, it wasn't that easy. It cost a lot of graphene, what I've just seen. It doesn't matter, we have the space here. Yeah, workforce and energy counts for this island here too. That's fine, so we don't need to start a new city once again. And in that case, let's start with the diamonds. 2 diamonds here. Let's get some modules up and running here too. 160 people they need, so let's have a few of these drone modules here. Right, they cost me 10 biopolymers each. Right, but now they only need 2 people working here, so that's exactly what we need. There we can have another diamond then. Over here we're going to have the silicon only, right? There's silicon. Here we can have a logistics supply center. How many people? 400 for the silicon. Crazy. And only 2 are needed now. That's very good for the silicon here. Oh, beautiful. The sun is shining upon it right now. 1 silicon. That we have more. This is kind of like the Silicon Valley here. Okay, that was a cheap one, but still. Silicon and silicon. Very good. And we don't need to waste any of these mountain sites here for, well, something like cobalt or aluminium. Right, so that's beneath us. We get the building resources from somewhere else. Oh, I totally did not see this one here. We do need it. We do need so much silicon. It's incredible. So we have 88 silicon now. Diamond-wise, we do have 66, so that's fine. We have quite a good production here. Building resources are fine. Yeah, we can actually continue right away with the next step of these 2 production chains here and just watch my money go down, especially with the androids then. That's fine. And let's go with, oh yeah, rare earth elements. Now, let's have a look. How many of them do we still have? 12 on Mare Relictum. Let's get them over. And we'll just see how many, you know, we need of them. So 12. I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but, you know, 12 rare earth elements is way more than 12 rice, for example. I think it's closer to 100 rice, something like that. And that means that we should have plenty of that, but we'll see that now in a second when we start with the nano cutting unit. This one here, 400 energy. All right. So in that case here, this simple building needs 400 energy. That is something we absolutely cannot afford. Let's go to moon, because we need to get that up. The fusion reactor and more rare earth elements most likely. And what I can also see is that our hotel project here needs a new step.
Congratulations. Searches for your name on the net have skyrocketed.
Beautiful. The next step has been finished. Chapter, I should say. Attach the safari baggage, a lunar expedition. Alright, what are we doing
There's
now?
Always a risk involved.
There's the safari bugger. And where is my...
Underway.
There is my expedition rover. The Civil War tour is quite popular, but it seems our vehicles had a malfunctioning. All those hours trapped in a steel box makes our guests talkative, I'm sure. Okay, let's get this one here. Oh, it's more of them. And we need to deliver the tourists back there that are trapped in this little car or buggy. I certainly wouldn't want to drive around with that one here while the meteors go down. That was the first one. Seems like we have more. Oh yeah, over here.
There's a big discussion on the net about our war tours. The press calls them morbid and unethical. Can't have better publicity. Time to think about our next big happening.
Alright, so that phase 2 has been completed here now.
Wanna see?
And the Moon Hotel, now 2 light shows that we have. And oh, load your vehicle with 70 androids. Now I've planned for a big anniversary event that'll make our hotel a talking point. So this is the last chapter now for the Moon Hotel. Looking nice there. And we do need the androids now. That is something that we are working on right now. And we can do that, well, with having more of these fusion reactors. The problem with that is that they need a bit of magnetite. That is something we can just simply purchase, right, if we have enough of that. In that case, let's get a few of them. As we can see, it's costing us quite a bit, so we can compensate that with, well, selling a few of the other resources that we have. Well, we just have plenty of anyway. Right, and with a bit of selling, we're at 3.5 million again. And we do have magnetite, right? Yeah, so we can afford a few more of these modules. Oh, it's only one module, really. But we can afford another fusion reactor for sure. There we have this one. That's a bit of energy. And then I think 2 of them should be fine. So we have one more here and one more here, right? Yeah, we still have enough fusion power cells and produce now 10,000 energy. Pretty cool. Love those fusion power reactors. And yeah, with that we can now supply our latest sector, the Walbruck Basin, with a lot of energy. Let's say 8,000, because those buildings sure need a lot of energy. Let's not only have that though, let's have the rest of the energy for Viridian Coves. Right, so we are at 6,000 there as well. We're going to need that for the android factories.
Yes, technically.
Oh no, I'm not interested in the sector project right now. I'm interested in cutting diamonds. And that is something that we do now with this nano cutting unit. Right, we have the rare earth elements. Let's have a look. 11. Now let's just see how many we can spend here. Yeah, very good. So we can have another one of these cutting units. We have 39 now. There is space for a full second one.
Consumer analyses show unfulfilled demand for specific
right, we're still at +3. 2 and 0. Very good. That's 78 cut diamonds. And yeah, we do need though these modules, because holy moly, they need a lot of workforce. 1,200 people work in that. Now with the drones, only 4. So those drones are doing quite a good job here. Lots of them, of those little buggers. And perhaps those drones like some ornaments from time to time. Let's get 2 trees in here for the few workers that are still working here. That should be fine, right? So there we now cut diamonds. Pretty cool units here. That's that. And the second thing that we need for it, for the replicators that is the microchips. Right, the microchips, that is something we can do now as well, because they only need the silicon. For that we need the microfabrication hole. And we can do that, well, at the same time here as well.
Space shuttle docking.
Right, so that's a full block of it. It needs silicon. Let's have a look how much silicon we still have. 53, so we can afford, I'd say, 2 more. Let's go with 2 more here. Have a close look at the silicon. Right, and here probably 3. Let's keep it 2 there. Very good. And of course, since each one of them needs 1,000 workforce when fully upgraded, we do need some modules here for the drones there as well. So that's really worth it, having those drone upgrades. Let's have a few here. So we're still having a good workforce, and energy wise looking fine there too. So that's all the silicon really. So we have the microchips, we have now the diamonds, so now we can go with the replicators here right away. Let's actually do that, right? Because with the drone labs we really don't have to worry about workforce anyway. And in that case, let's have it down here. There we have the replicator. So that's a big building, so I think we will be pretty full here then. This one there. That is what we need. Let's have a look. Module. We should be able to place... Oh no, we are not. This is the way. There's only a real way of how to place them. And you can see that right away. And then we finish them with those drone modules that we have there on the side. Let's actually move the transportation over there. Right, that's one. And I'm pretty sure we can squeeze in a few of them. Let's have a look. Microchips still plenty of, and the diamonds there as well. And boy, it barely touches that. Money-wise though, we are going to have a problem soon. Alrighto. Look at my balance, that dropped hard. And in that case, what we still need is a few drone modules. And the same thing here. To save the workforce. And here we now have the replicators.
Battle stations.
And oh my goodness, it takes a lot of energy. 1,000 energy for each one of these. Who would have thought that 1,000 energy is needed for a simple factory like this one here? So how many do we now produce? Because we are pretty down on the multi-spec prism and we produce 96 replicators. Let's get outside and craft, or well, create the first trade route with that. And replicators, we only need 40 at the moment for all those investors, you know, so we have twice as much as we need, more than twice as much, and we have now enough room for another big upgrade wave for the investors. There we have that. And this should now, of course, be very good to the balance, but it is not, because we do have at the moment a blockade once again that we need to solve as well. And this time we need to actually destroy 70 ships of Drake. Oh boy, I hate him. Let's call in the fleet. Lots of ships here. So let's just clear that out. Alright, there we cleared them off. But look at my balance. It is totally red at the moment. And my money was going down really quickly there. Now, of course, it's recovering again. But those invasions are getting really dangerous right now. What we should be doing is, well, first of all, we repair the ships that we just lost now. That's costing us a bit, but not that much. But we need to grind more of these missions, unfortunately, for more upgrades on our fleet. Now, the balance should be better. We now do have the replicators going to Viridian Coves as well. So that's pretty good for the balance, obviously, as we can see. And also, population goes up really quickly right now because of that. Because we get more and more investors. And Hit Producer is our next title for level 60. That's fine. Let's go back to Walbruck Basin, because we still have the androids. Alright, back in our sector. Let's finish the bridge first. Oh, we do need graphene, so that's once again something we need to purchase. That we can purchase here. It doesn't cost that much, right? So in that case, we can just sell, yeah, a bit of the silicon and diamonds that we have as a surplus, making a bit of money there. Oh, that wasn't enough.
Welcome to
Let's get a bit of graphene.
I like a customer who knows what they
once
want.
again. It's still not enough. How much do we need? 100 graphene. Oh, that's pretty hard then. How much do we have? I think we need 4 more. That's it. Let's sell a bit more of the silicon there. Diamonds.
Consumer analyses.
And now we can upgrade the bridge there. Very good. Going over here now to the new area. And we do need the mountainsides here especially, because we have now used so much silicon. And I can safely say already that this is going to be close with the energy there anyway. We probably, for now, will just use those coastal sites here for additional energy production. Right, just like that. So we do have now a good production of 6,000 energy, that's fine. And for the androids, well, the synth cells would be something, and the silicon. So silicon is the first thing, once again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and we do need some logistics here too. And over here. And what I can see is, yeah, that the workforce is really high. There are 2 for each one of them, so 400. That is something we cannot afford, or we shouldn't need to afford. So let's just have a few of these drone modules there as well, saving us the workforce. totally fine. So that's 69. The other thing that we need, however, is the synth cells. And for that, we do need coastal sites. Lucky, on this island here, we already have quite a few of them, because we do need the algae production once again.
Route inefficient.
Right, so that's that.
Missing goods.
Let's connect them. And they also need energy again. So those production chains are really not that easy. There we have a few additional modules. Same with this one here, having 144 algae, and then those guys here. Now the only thing that's, oh, that might be close, is the synth cell production that we want to have now, and that's something we're probably going to have here. Right, so here we can have it now. There we have it. Synaptic circuit, bioresin is the other thing that we need. Oh god, there's so much of it. We probably will have to go with this warehouse here too. Let's send my command ship over there.
Underway.
Those androids are hard to get by. Very good. There we actually have still another one for silicon that I haven't used yet. So that's that. Then we have the synth cells. Let's have the production chain for that here. I think it was like that, right? Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was on the side. It was here. There we have the modules. Right, so that's 44. And of course, some of these drone modules there once again, but not that many. We don't need that many of them. Let's have a look at my algae. Looking pretty fine. Let's have a few of them. Oh, money-wise, I'm down. Money-wise, I'm totally down. So we can sell diamonds and silicon, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell some wares on the other projects there, sectors. Alrighty, now we have lots of them, and we produce 176 of these synth cells. The other thing that we still need is the bioresin, and that is actually the very first production chain. So those, I think it was this one here, the AI composition plant, they want bioresins. I'm really surprised at seeing this one here, so it's really the first farm that we ever built. And yeah, I hope we don't need that many. So here we can have them, right? Here we can have the bioresin productions. Let's have the first farm here and just see how many fields we need for that. Can we? Yeah, we can have it then on top of each other like this. There would be something. Here we can probably squeeze in another one. Very good. And having a few of those guys going up all the way up there. That's already 140 bioresin, so I have no idea how much we need of that. Right now, the balance is, yeah, one more of that. And then we have, I think, enough of those here. Whatever they are doing here, sunflowers, something like that. Looks pretty cool. There we have the farms. So now we have everything for the AI composition plan, and then ultimately for the Android factory. So this one here, silicon, we have plenty of as well, right? Yeah, 91. Now we just need the place for it. And the place, well, that is a bit more difficult. I said that I wanted to have the androids on Viridian Coves. We'll just see if that is a valid option. Let's have the AI now here. First of all, we do need another logistics supply center. And then we can have this one here. Holy crap. It is so expensive. Everything is so expensive here. It's incredible. There we got the first one, 32. We still have enough bioresin. We still have enough synth cells. So, oh no, it's silicon. We still have enough silicons, really. It's barely consuming anything. Just taking up a lot of workforce here. And is that right? 10,000 is the maintenance of this one here. 10,000 credits. 10,000 credits. I mean, seriously, I cannot afford a second one. Is this real? How much do we produce with that now? 32. Okay, let's put in an Android factory. Where should we do that? We do need a bit of space here for the androids. Let's have that here for now, right? I don't think we're going to need that many. There we get the first one. We can actually have a few modules there on the side. Alright, that's the first one, costing us 10,000 as well. Workforce-wise, we can have the modules there, so it's barely any people. And how much is that now? Yeah. The input here is 16 for 1, so we can have a fully second Android factory. Here we're producing 24 Androids, and let's just go bankrupt anyway, it doesn't matter, right? Let's do it. 40,000 per module. We're down to 4,000 on the balance. Let's get the drones. Right, so that's 48 androids that we produce now with that, and this is just extremely expensive, but look at that. Isn't that looking cool? There are the androids in there as they're being produced, and soon they're going to take over then humanity. Right now, this is the beginning of the androids in those factories here, and one last thing remains, and I hope I get a bit of money out of this one here. A trade route for the androids, so that we have them. We do need 79. We don't even produce enough at the moment. Let's just hope that the balance, though, thanks us with that.
Route.
Let's have a look. Balance is going up. Workforce should be going up. It is. Level 60 thus has been reached.
Registered under new name.
Very good. But this is not looking like it's going up way too fast or way too high. Oh god. I hope we can make some money out of this. I mean, this production here cost me 40,000. And I don't think we're making 40,000 out of it. And we're not even producing enough androids. It's going to be really interesting how we continue here. Stay tuned.